This week on Hello Me, It's Me, Vulnerable AF.
You can create whatever narrative
You can create whatever
for
narrative
yourself,
you want.
whatever you want.
Yes,
Listen, if they didn't tell you why they don't want to talk to you,
that's right.
come up with your own story.
Come on with your own story.
Now,
Exactly.
by the way, my sister and I, we're great storytellers.
Exactly.
You do not, by the way, you do not want to ghost us.
You don't
because
listen.
I write fantasy
Man,
because I love it, not for a living,
you don't
because
know.
I love it. You think Harry Potter is a story? I promise you, I will come up with Lord of the Rings times Back to the Future.
Listen,
Okay?
in this story, though, I told you that he had become a serial killer that had let me go because he cared about me so much. He
So
ghosted
much.
me. He was like, I have to make sure I delete her number. I have to make sure she does not know how to get in contact with me.
Think
she
about that.
never get in
A
contact with
serial killer in love
because,
and decided to let you go
because he didn't want to hurt me.
because he doesn't want to hurt you.
Exactly.
He loves you so much.
He loves me so much.
Welcome to Hello Me, It's Me, Vulnerable AF, a podcast hosted by Nikki D. Lovely. That's really just her diary disguised as a podcast, but who cares? You're here for it. Join in as she addresses her self-reflections on life, love, and dating, and gives us all the tea by being more vulnerable than she ever has, with herself and the world. So let's get started in today's episode with Nikki D. Lovely, already in progress.
Thing. I gotta use my professional mic.
Yeah, you gotta go professional with that. I'm just using the standard mic from a standard hardware store. It's commercial. I can't tell you exactly where it is because they're not paying me. So for what it's worth, this microphone is a normal microphone from a normal microphone store.
Who are you talking to? Did I tell you I had to walk
Cool.
away to find
Huh?
something?
Huh? What? Oh, you're back. I was talking to the people who are listening.
They're gonna love this.
Apple juice. Apple juice.
Apple juice. I remember apple juice. Okay.
I don't know what happened audioly, but I cannot hear you. And I can't even hear atmosphere, which means that whatever microphone you were using is currently cut off. So I just want you to know if you can still hear me, which is the exact reason why I'm talking. I'm talking as a mic check. There's no atmosphere. Can you hear atmosphere for me?
Nope. Yours sounds good.
All right, perfect. It's a professional microphone. I got it on Amazon. It's called Yeti. All right, let's go.
Okay. Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to Hello Me, It's Me, Vulnerable as Fudge, a Nikki D. Lovely podcast. I would like to thank you guys for joining me for another wonderful episode. This episode, I will be having my brother join me, and we're going to be talking about the dating experiences. So, this past month, I told you I'm not going to talk about anymore, where I was dealing with heartbreak. And this new month where I'm trying to get back into dating again and meeting new people and, just those frustrations of dating. My brother has been one of my most important sounding boards, even though he's, been married for how many years have you been married now?
Jesus Christ, though. 2009. Listen, this is what my father taught me. He said, son, you don't have to do the math yourself. Just give them the date. I know it was 2009.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know it was a month after whatever Valentine's Day is.
2009 to 2019 is only 10 years.
You're going to kill me. I'm going to get killed for this.
No, I'm not killing you. No one's killing you. No one's killing you. So basically, all I did was say that to say that you're living vicariously through me and my dating experiences. That's it. That's all. And so that I've been sharing with you, all of my dating journey.
So for this session, I know it was spur of the moment, but while we were trying to actually get everything together, I came up with a name for what we could call this.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
All right.
Sibling sessions.
Oh, okay. That sounds a little porn
Therapy.
rubbish.
No. Therapy sessions, sibling sessions.
Ugh, I don't know.
No, you don't like it? All right, throw it out. We're not using it. Ooh, I don't like the way you're responding.
That's a little weird. I don't know.
Is it? Okay. All right. Well, we'll just agree to disagree. Okay.
We could do Sibling Chronicles, maybe. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bad.
So moving on to the reason we got on this call to begin with. My goodness. I'm gonna need you to focus. I'm gonna need you to focus.
Got it.
We started off this conversation because we were talking about the fact that what I have learned over the past experience of, being with a ghoster for the most part, and also realizing that by being with a ghoster or having had someone ghost me, I don't want to ghost people, even in the smallest of circumstances now. So where before, we're like, I may just be talking to someone for the first time, and I'm like, oof, I didn't really like that person. Usually what would happen is you just don't talk to that person anymore. Or if they reach out to you, you kind of give them, I call it breadcrumbing, where you might give them like one word response to show like your disinterest. So you're not really dropping them, but you're showing disinterest. So, hey, how's your day? Good. What are you doing later on tonight? Nothing.
Well,
You're
no.
giving them much.
Because what you just said was a response.
I'm
right?
saying that was what I would normally do. That's bread.
Oh, okay.
So in the dating world, that's considered what you call breadcrumbing. So you just give a little bit.
Okay. I get you.
I don't even like the breadcrumb, but if someone reaches out to me, I hate to ignore them. But ghosting would be like on both sides, or both of you really don't want to talk to each other. But unfortunately, it's usually one person does. So one person will still reach out, and you just either ignore it, because even today I was so busy. I was and people were just reaching out to me. I deleted all the apps again because I realized I have a lot to do before my next trip.
So you still have the apps in?
So what happened was, when I went to Mississippi for that trip, I re-downloaded.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait a second. You picked up the apps for Mississippi folks. That's what I just heard.
I picked up the. Listen. So
okay, no. Go ahead. Please explain.
Listen, my 30 days was up. So my 30 days heartbreak was up. I had released my attachment from the other dude. And I said, you know what? It's time for me to get back out there, maybe. And whenever I travel, I like to see what the men offer in that area. What does that area offer in terms of men?
Tell me more.
So that's why I do the apps. I'm usually not disappointed, and this is what a lot of people use apps for anyway. It's an ego boost too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea.
No, you see, right? That's true. You have absolutely no idea.
I have absolutely no idea.
But it's a definite ego boost, because Poochie said something really profound to me the last time when I went to go visit her on this trip. She said that one thing she noticed about me is when I was dating the last guy, she felt like my confidence had fallen. And she said that she never took me to be someone with low self-esteem or with like low confidence. But this guy, something about this guy, she said, she felt like was making me feel insecure. And when she really thought about it, she thought that probably what it was that I was taking in his energy. And that was making me feel some type of way.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
I absolutely agree with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, I absolutely agree with that.
Interesting.
You're an empath, so why wouldn't you?
It's true.
It's what's gonna happen. Listen, in that moment when you were talking to her and you were empathizing, you're also going to reflect what you empathized.
But here's the thing: he never came out to me and said I'm insecure.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, okay. So the insecure person didn't confess his insecurity.
Pretty much
is what you just told me.
Why did I not pick up on that? I never picked up on the fact. I honestly
old brain, because you used to know this. like the back. You used to know this like the back of your hand.
What
Like
remind?
this is not this come. Ooh, we're about to go into some serious stuff here.
Yeah,
Look,
it's called vulnerable AF. So let's
listen,
get into it.
this that comes from my mother.
Okay.
First off, you're empathic enough to understand what he was feeling, and you internalize that. Okay.
Right. But
Now,
usually it's when people tell me about their stuff. But I will say, now that I think about it, there is a lot of stuff that I figured out about him that he did not say that I can still figure out about him.
you can't
know?
see my responses right now, but my hands are open wide to say like exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, what you just said,
Yeah.
I could not articulate well
Right.
enough, but it still pulled it. Yes. Okay, so if I were going to reverse this, okay,
Yeah.
what he did was he presented you the picture. He did not
Yes.
articulate exactly what he needed from you. You empath it, I guess, if empathing is a verb,
Yeah.
right?
That's true. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And the problem here is that one, he didn't articulate any of that stuff. You
Mhm.
had to divulge all that stuff internally on your own.
I had to
So
figure all that stuff out.
you
Yep.
had to figure all that stuff out by yourself.
Yep.
So once you had to pull all that stuff in by yourself, and you realized that you had to pull all that in, it amounted to a lot more effort than if he could have just expressed it himself.
I know.
And you realize the dimensions between you having to interpret his feelings versus him exactly telling you what he needed was way too much effing effort.
It was a lot.
It's not that you couldn't get there, it's
Yeah.
that he couldn't give you any more.
That's true.
Why are you going to be with somebody who's like so far apart
Yeah.
that yes, you can get there?
Right.
Absolutely. It's not a question of you.
That's true.
It's not a question of you. It's a question of him.
I forgot how we got there because what I said was the fact that I was taking on his insecurities. You've been with me through both of the guys that I was dating the most, right? The first guy, I felt like he was not emotionally available. And I feel like this guy wasn't emotionally available either. Because when I
Yeah.
think about how much we did not share with each other, it was a lack of, my main complaint was that he wasn't sharing or opening it up to me. So
Yeah.
I think that there may have been a fear there to open up on both of our ends, though.
And I'm going to say this right now.
Yeah.
Like for men out there, we don't open up.
Yeah, that's true.
And to be honest, normally when we do open up, it's too late.
Yeah.
And it's always in hindsight.
Right.
Like, and it can feel like it's 4 years, 5 years too late. The relationship is ended, and then you go back and say, hey, you know what, I realized that I wasn't being honest about my feelings, and honest about my feelings in the sense that I was going through a hard time and I didn't know how to express it, and I tried to soldier up, tried to be the man my father always wanted me to be, try to be the man that I thought my grandfather was, and then turn out to find out like they were abusive assholes.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say that is exactly what happens to all children.
Yeah.
But to some extent, from the chauvinistic male perspective,
Mm-hmm.
this is kind of where we end up. We try to keep it internal.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we realize we made a mistake
Mm-hmm.
and start to express it, it's after a lot of reconciliation, and it can oftentimes be too late.
Yeah. Yeah. My ex to say that a lot of times, that he would go back into self-reflection and then realize where he had messed up. And
Yeah.
I kept thinking, oh, well, I guess once this ends, that's when you'll be able to realize where you messed up.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks that you can't do it in the moment, that the self-reflection always happens later.
Well, I mean, I will say this. I just spoke from a male perspective,
Yeah.
and our father very much either in the moment or very soon after the moment forced us to have those self-reflections.
Oh yeah, because he
Because he
self-reflection.
come on now.
Yeah.
He would come on. He would not let 3 days pass before we were having a conversation about what just blew up. Right. If we had a confrontation, he
Right.
addressed that. He addressed it immediately. So that's why I say I can see from a male perspective where the mishaps happen and where the mishaps degrade over years where they should be resolved probably within days.
Yeah. Wait, do you know I got a phone call today though? Because I have deleted this man's number out of my phone. But I've been on the apps like we were just talking about, and I gave my phone number to this guy who I thought was really cute. And
Okay.
it's funny because I don't want to say he looks like my brother, but he has like Patrick features.
Gorgeous.
But he's cute, you know.
Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, and we're talking about men here.
He looks like somebody who would be a part of my family. So I was
ridiculously gorgeous.
I was like, he's cute. So I get this phone number from the same area code as oh boy. And because I've deleted the guy's number. So I see the area code and I'm like, my heart drops. The text goes, "This is what I'm talking about." And I'm like, what?
Okay. Oh, so, tell me more.
So I just give it a question mark because I'm like, nah, he some random stuff. At least you text like hey or something, So then I think about it, I remember I had just given out my number to that guy. And I was like, oh wait, this is probably him. And then he's like, I'll call him T. He's like, this is T. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But it's interesting how my heart dropped and the anxiety came. And every time I think about this dude, I get anxiety. Which that's
T. Oh, are we talking about T or Randall?
Not T. We're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Every time I think about that dude, I get anxiety. Like I don't want to talk to him. Really, I really don't want to talk to him. If he called me, I wouldn't want to talk to him.
Then don't talk to him. That's cool.
I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, I just haven't wanted to talk to him since it happened. You remember when I told you I wanted to talk to him? I didn't even want to talk to him.
Listen, no, you want to talk to him bad. Because I remember when you told me you want to talk to him. You want to talk to him. Because you wanted to tell him how much you didn't want to talk to him. That's how much you wanted to talk to him.
I know. I didn't want to talk to him though. Like
yes, you did. You wanted
to tell him. I did want to talk to him. I did.
I don't want to.
I wanted to talk to
him. This is a nonsensical loop.
I wanted him to want to talk to me.
Yes, and you wanted it hard.
I think that was my ego. I think that was my ego talking because I didn't really want to talk to him.
No, you did. Yes, you did. You did.
If I wanted to talk to him, I would have talked to him by now. I feel like.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? I just kept saying to you I wanted to talk to him, but because I did want to talk to him. I just didn't want to call him. I didn't want to be the one to call him. Anyway, moving on to new dating experiences. I didn't tell you this, but I didn't tell you this.
Okay, go ahead. Give me just 1 second to clear up. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
All right. So this podcast actually wound up being about how I say I'm over someone, and I said I wasn't going to talk about this person anymore, and we still wound up talking about it.
And talking about,
and we continue consistently talk about it, right? This just lets you know how much this has affected my dating experience. But let's go to what I learned from this, because this is how we wound up getting on this subject to begin with. So whatever you said we're going to talk about with dating experiences or whatever, no. What's going to happen with this episode is it's going to be what I learned.
Good. I like it. It's what I learned today, Kenny? What? It's a South Park reference.
I know Kenny's a South Park reference. What I learned from this, and also in talking to you is that you also realize the fact that I am an empath and I take on other people's insecurities. So that's something I need to be cautious of and making sure that I realize as soon as I feel like I'm being insecure around someone, that needs to be something for me to kind of step back from, because I should be comfortable.
Absolutely.
Right? I should be comfortable with whoever I'm dating. And the fact that I quote unquote did not, because I did not really want to talk to him, Brian. The fact that I did not want to talk to him because of the anxiety. I really didn't want to talk to him, even though I said I did. I wanted him to
no, you hard did.
listen, even though I didn't,
You called me daily. It was
I
a
called
daily
you
talk.
daily because it was the anxiety that was holding me back. The anxiety held me back, or else I would have talked to this dude by now.
Okay.
I need to be more aware of anxiety and that feeling of, okay, this isn't right. But I think one of the most important things that I've taken away from this is the fact that I refuse to ghost people after I talk to them, even for little things. Like I was telling you, there was this one guy I was talking to today, and he was really getting on my nerves. The way he was talking, I was like, this is not going to work out. He seemed real pushy. I just knew the conversation. He was asking me personal questions about sex and stuff.
Wait a second. Is this the guy that we talked about earlier?
No, that isn't that guy. This is the dude with the Aries girl. No. We'll talk about her. We'll talk about her in the next episode. We'll talk about that dude in the next episode.
Oh my goodness.
But in this one, this is the dude where he would just get on my nerves. And I decided that because of my experience with the last guy and being ghosted, that I have decided that even in just talking to people, I'm going to be as straightforward as possible, even if it's just to say, listen, this isn't working. I don't think, well, you know what I told you. I Googled some ways to kind of let him down easy. And what I said was, but it was truthful though. It wasn't like I was making up an excuse. It was very truthful.
Go ahead and get some truth out there though. Give some truth. Give some truth.
The truth is that I am working on myself this week, which I am. I have decided to take a break away from dating, and I wish him well in his journey. Now, basically, I could have said we could pick this up later, but basically what I said was I'm taking a break from dating, period. And you never know how long that's going to be. And I think it's not right to ask somebody to kind of wait for you. So if he wants to check in a week, a month or two later or whatever, and hopefully I'll be in a relationship by then.
Wait a second. I need to know. Okay. Mm-hmm. Listen, I've been married for 14 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to know at this point, if you say something like that and you say, I'm going to check in a month or so later, is that cool? Is that acceptable?
Yeah. I've had people kind of come up like 2 or 3 months later and kind of be like, oh, really? Hey, remember me? Yeah.
And well, okay. All right. So okay, let me back up again and say, is that acceptable?
Yeah, it's acceptable
to you. Totally. That's acceptable to you.
Yeah, that's acceptable for sure. If he's that interested, he wants to come back, then fine.
A month later?
I'm the one that told him I need to work on myself.
Oh.
I didn't say
No, I mean from your standpoint then. From you being the person who said, I'll back up with you in a month. And then you're like a month later, hey, guess what? I like you now again. That's cool.
Oh, no, I'm not going to change how I feel. I'm just saying if he wants to check back later, I'm not going to reach back out to him in a month.
Oh, you're expecting him to reach back out.
I just said if he wants to. I never said that he would. I'm just saying that's something he wants to do.
Okay, I see the game.
Yeah,
I see the game now.
If he didn't catch the hint, basically. Right.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Wow, man.
It's rough out here. It's rough.
Wow.
Yeah, these waters are rough, Brian.
It's cold out here.
It's cold out here. You better get you a coat and a jacket.
Oh my God.
Don't get wet, buddy. Don't get wet. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I just got schooled. I feel it.
Yes. It's rough out here in these waters.
I see.
That all being said, that's what I learned. I appreciate you coming on. We're going to do another one. So guys, make sure you tune in to next week's podcast. I'm going to have him back on. We're actually going to talk about some of my dating experiences because this one turned into the guy I keep saying I'm not going to talk about. But you know what? Listen, you guys know I'm still learning and growing. And the point of this podcast is to learn and grow with me.
No, I don't know what you did, brother. But Jesus Christ.
It's not. It's not. Listen, it's not even about him anymore. Not even about him.
No, because that brother's dead.
That
apparently.
person is dead. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Well,
all right. R.I.P.
listen,
Sorry.
if we're even talking, remember when I said that with the ghosters, we can basically.
Well,
The great thing about ghosters is you can give them
that's the next
whatever
one.
narrative
Listen,
you
that's the
want
next
for the
episode.
reason why you
Listen,
don't.
you're giving away the next episode. And by the way,
No, we're not talking
yes.
about that next episode.
No, are we not? I thought
No.
we were gonna, I thought
No,
we were going
next
to talk about
episode.
how. No, that listen. The fact that you can give ghosters whatever narrative they want is
Yes.
so super empowering that I think that it deserves its own episode. I swear to God. I swear to
Okay,
God.
okay. All right,
helped,
so, okay,
it,
we'll
helped
give,
me, it helped me from my heart.
it helps you from her. Okay, so we'll give how to deal with ghosting.
I will walk through another episode of how ghosters. Listen, people. Okay,
Oh
all
my
right. Listen, if somebody ghosts you, you can create whatever narrative
You can create whatever
for
narrative you
yourself.
want.
Whatever you want.
Yes,
Listen, if they didn't tell you why they don't want to talk to you,
that's right.
come up with your own story.
Come on with your own story.
Now,
Exactly.
by the way, my sister and I, we're great storytellers.
Exactly.
You do not, by the way, you do not want to ghost us.
You don't
because
listen.
I write fantasy.
Man,
Because I love it, not for a living.
you don't
Because
know.
I love it.
You know what the worst part about all this is I told him in the beginning, I said, when I don't hear from you, I come up with these amazing, immaculate, like wonderful stories.
My own
about
fairy
what
tale
you-
stories.
Yeah, long, wonderful stories about what you're actually doing. Like you're frolicking in the forest with a bunch of fairies and
You think
sex
Harry Potter?
mermaids. Huh?
You think Harry Potter is a story? I promise you. I promise you. I will come up with Lord of the Rings times Back to the Future.
Listen,
Okay.
in this story though, I told you that he had become a serial killer that had let me go because he cared about me so much. He ghosted
much.
me. He was like, I have to make sure I delete her number. I have to make sure she does not know how to get in contact with me.
Think
she
about that.
never get in
A
contact with
serial killer in love
me
has decided to let you go
because he didn't want to hurt me.
because he doesn't want to hurt you.
Exactly.
He loves you so much.
He loves me so much. And
Hmm.
whoever he's with now, though, he's actually thinking about killing her.
Yep,
So,
because he's a serial killer.
yeah, 'cause he's a serial
He
killer.
kills people.
He killed you. He killed me.
This is what serial killers do.
So, you know, they say whatever is going on with her sucks for her. You know, I just got a little bit of heartbreak. He's like
Man.
literally breaking her heart. Like,
Listen, I didn't think we were gonna get. I didn't think we were gonna get into this with them. I didn't think we were gonna go all the way down, deep down, because again, like I said, you gotta let me step up and go get me some go juice.
but how about this? We're gonna end it here because I mean this is the end. I didn't want to get into this anyway, but since we did wind up talking about the ghoster, I think that's a great place to end about ghosting and ghosters and how to deal with them, right? Since we brought it up again. I'm gonna let you guys go.
I do.
Hey,
I do.
quiet. I'm gonna let you guys go. My brother, I don't know if he needs any more apple juice. But we're gonna allow him to go get some apple juice. And then if you would like, make sure you guys check back in with us for Friday's episode where we will actually be talking about my new dating experiences. So until then, thank you guys. I appreciate you. I love you and goodbye.
Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Hello Me, It's Me with Nikki D. Lovely. Just remember, you can't change who you were yesterday, but you can always learn and grow to become a better version of yourself today. So make sure you do the mental work today for the future you tomorrow, and I will see you next week. And in the meantime, make sure that you check me out on my Instagram at Nikki D. Lovely or _broke_mama. You can also find me at nikkidlovely.com and check out my book, No F Boys Allowed. I also have a poetry book coming out pretty soon, so just a little shameless plug. But either way, I will see you guys next time, and thanks again.